GM everyone, and welcome back on the Decoder channels for the second episode of the Web3 Book of Law with ARIEL. That's the title. I think I like it. It's some vibes. What's up? Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for
Awesome.
having me. I'm super pumped. I dressed up as always. I'm coming right from Pilates. I even have my water bottle to prove it. Not that that proves anything. I could just be bringing a water bottle for nothing. But I'm good.
And the fact that you're saying it,
I'm excited. I also check these out. I got these two super cool packs of Japanese Pokemon cards yesterday, and I pulled a banger.
That's cool. Oh, you do like a pack opening live?
I love Pokemon cards. It's an addiction. I have a Pokemon tattoo on my leg.
Okay, that's cool.
That's what it is.
Oh, that was the end of the. Okay, that was the end of it. If you could, I already pressed it.
I just got a Pokemon tattoo on my leg, and it's huge. But we'll save that for. I want to go on 2 dates first. We'll save that for episode 3.
Okay.
Before I show you that.
Okay. See. Yeah. Okay. Also, Pengzu is sliding in my DM and said, "Yeah, I will not miss this show for anything." So you have Pengzu. You have also Alma. Same thing. Big fan of yours. So yeah.
I tell it how it is. I'm a little unhinged, and you will always kind of get that. And I'm not embarrassed by it.
And you got them right.
I'm unhinged. I'm off. I'll be honest with you guys. I've started partaking in my post-work activities.
So what?
We're having a good day.
Oh, okay. Nice.
A lot of
awesome. Yeah. So did you catch some bad guys since last month, since the last time?
I've had such a good month in the last month, in terms of clients, in terms of work.
Nice.
I got a couple big clients this last couple weeks, just assisting them with projects, with their upcoming NFTs. I can't disclose the one because I don't have their permission, but I'm really excited about the Metaplex thing I just did. So Metaplex is doing a startup, just like a startup founder program, and they're assisting new projects on Solana in starting, and I think you had to apply for it in a bunch. And I'm actually doing the legal work for Metaplex for all of the startup projects. So I'm really excited about that. That's been in the works since March, and it finally came to fruition. So that's been a good one. And I just signed another one today that I am excited to talk about eventually once I have permission. I'm sure they wouldn't care, but I have to respect ethics. And I never thought that I would be proud of my clients as a lawyer. And I know, because it's such a different world than the traditional lawyer world. You know what I mean? Like I'm representing cool ass projects. It's just neat. Not on this cast though. I'm not representing anybody. I'm here as myself.
Yes. Not gonna put you in a hard position with clients that would be not kind.
Yeah, no thanks. So yeah, all is well.
Nice. And like I don't know. I guess you follow all of the news related to cases between. Okay, so I want to talk about CZ. I want to talk about Roger Ver. I want to talk about the ACC. Because those guys, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're insane. I don't understand it. And I tweeted about it earlier. The White House actually posted a statement today saying that they were against a pro-crypto bill that's trying to get passed. And they came out and said, we are not in favor of this. We are opposing this because it will hinder the FCC's ability to protect crypto investors. Which I read that and I was just like, you couldn't convince me anymore that Biden's asleep. Like there's no way that they have any idea what the current landscape is. And I'm failing to understand where the SEC is actually protecting anybody.
Yeah.
They think they're doing more harm than good. I mean, I know that we had a list of talking points to try and structure this a little bit. But I'm going to jump right to the end, which is what the SEC is doing. And they went after Robinhood. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't go after a little mom and pop shop. They didn't go after a random exchange based out of Dubai in some little corner. Joe,
That's the tweet you mentioned, right?
I won't get into politics.
Okay, maybe that's not the one.
No, that's a good one. That's a good comment. So they're going after these big companies, Robinhood, Coinbase, that can afford to defend themselves. So at what point are they going to realize that they're going, if Robinhood's not compliant, if Coinbase isn't compliant, nobody's going to be compliant.
Exactly.
And they actually have the means to fight them. It's wild. I mean, in my opinion, Robinhood is one of the more conservative crypto platforms you can use. I mean, they delisted Solana. They delisted a couple back in November. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen. We don't know what they're going after Robinhood for.
Yeah.
Because it was done, the Wells notices, those kind of like, hey, we're planning to sue you, et cetera, they're confidential. So unless Robinhood discloses it, we're not going to see that.
Yeah. And Robinhood asked for like on what reason, right? On what basis? And they say, we can tell you.
Pretty much, yeah. Which is really.
But how is that legal?
It's not. I don't think it is, which is what a lot of us are sitting here screaming about. They're abusing their power. They're overarching. One of the judges, it was either last month or the month before, said that the SEC was overbreaching their power. And, you know, if you send a Wells notice to everybody, do Wells notices matter anymore? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, it's they're abusing it way too much. So I'm curious to see where it goes. I even wrote some notes in a book.
Books.
Do you love books? It's just ridiculous. It's not doing anybody any good except for the SEC.
Exactly.
And I don't even think it's doing them any good.
No, because they are clones. Like they end up like you destroy the institution by like overpowering like everything without like again justification and legal fundamentals of what you are supposed to do in the first place.
Right.
It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. So I'm really interested to see how this moves forward. And it's unfortunate that these guys have to pave the way for a lot of us, but at least they can afford it.
Yeah. Yeah. But like how does that stop? Like where is the last line of like, okay, no, we can sue like XYZ crypto company because
I don't know.
That was the last result.
I would have thought, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't know, because I would have thought it's already been hit. I mean, they continue to lose in the courts. They fail to realize that they are not the court system. So anything that they do can be reviewed by the court system, and it's eventually it's up to the judges. It's up to those that actually make the laws of this country and those that enforce them. I mean, the SEC, Gary Gensler's not an attorney.
Yeah.
He's not an attorney. He's not a judge. He's not in the position to create a law. They are just interpreting the laws as they see fit at this point.
But like, what's the agenda then? Like, because
I have no idea. Beats me. That's why I was really shocked to see the Robinhood Wells notice. Yeah.
Peng Zhu, devil's advocate, 10 to 20% of the population only owns crypto. Could probably conclude that some majority is actually against it.
I would be curious to see if these. So I think last election, and even just traditionally, at least the people that are vocal about it on crypto Twitter seem to be a little bit more left leaning. And maybe it's just the attorneys that I follow are left leaning. Maybe I'm missing a bunch of right leaning individuals, but it seems as if a majority of those involved in crypto that I've seen are left leaning. And, you know, last election, FTX, SBF gave so much money to the Democrats. I'm curious if you would have done that this election cycle with how anti-crypto their position is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. They might be pleasing Democrats, but I don't know. I don't think this election's going to be a one choice vote. Like I think I don't know. If it's a one policy vote and your vote is crypto, I mean, they're very clearly against crypto.
Yeah, and especially now that Trump said, "Oh yeah, no," because of thanks, Frank. Vote Trump if you want to defend your
I don't
crypto
ever
rights.
talk about politics, but I'm gonna let you know my thoughts right now. Let me just get this. I have a stack of books on my desk for everybody to see when they walk into my office.
Oh, I mean, it's mirrored.
Is it mirrored?
It's mirrored. Yeah, it's mirrored.
It's the Trump Century by Lou Dow.
Okay, makes sense.
How our president changed the course of history forever.
Yeah.
So,
but do they though? Do they?
So we'll see. It's very clear in my head who is going to get the vote of people that are voting strictly on the crypto platform.
Yeah.
I hope that didn't make viewers.
No, it's gonna be an interesting one for sure.
It is.
Yeah. What about Gary Gensler? I will never know. Gensler interview on CNBC. While we are
I'm going to be honest with you. I chose not to watch it.
Okay.
I chose not to watch it, and I've avoided everything because it will make me upset. It will just piss me off. I've already seen a couple clips where he just says things that he has directly just he's contradicting himself so many times. He's saying, well, we're not actually saying this. We're saying this when they've already said it. And it just, I started to, and I was just like, I can't do this. It pissed me off.
How does that work? Because you can say black and white on TV with Twitter that clipping everything that you said and act like it's fucking Monday.
But he's a superhero. Nothing ever happens to him.
I don't get it.
He publicly shilled, I think, Matic, like back in 2012.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit earlier, but he was telling people, maybe it was Algo. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was Algorand. I think it was Algo. And he was saying, this is a wonderful idea. You should buy some Algo. That was the same person.
What the fuck?
Right. So as many times as he can contradict himself, unless it's officially in the paperwork and in the court documents and trials, he's just not seeing, there's no repercussions for him.
So as a lawyer, how do you keep faith?
Yes, at MIT. Yes, Pengzu, you're on
MIT, yeah.
At MIT when he was a professor, he was showing it.
Exactly. Yep. And as a lawyer, how do you keep faith in the judiciary system?
Personal question. I don't.
Okay.
I'm losing. It's depressing. I'm losing faith in it more and more every day, which is why I like to deal with contracts and negotiating business deals and organizing.
It's on paper.
Doing fundraising, because unless things go scary, a lot of the stuff I deal with is transactional. A couple of the cases I've had, I won a couple trials. I won one last year. It was great. My client got screwed out of a contract by his friend, and he got back the contract plus damages, $175,000. Great. Nice. I was only taking, I think I made a deal with him to only take 15%. When attorneys usually take 33. The guy is on food stamps. He has no money, and we still have not seen a dime of that judgment. And you know what the court is? Yeah, and the court isn't really helping. I sent sheriff's officers to defendants' houses, to businesses, to seize assets, and they say, oh, well, these aren't ours. We're renting everything. And the sheriff's officer says, okay, I'll write that down. And then they leave. They're doing their job. And I'm having trouble. They have the money, but it's in cash. It's not in the banks, and I can't seize cash unless I physically find it. So I'm very frustrated with the court system right now in my house.
Okay.
So I'm losing faith in the court system, but hopefully things change in the next few years and we see, some improvements to bring back some faith.
But is that getting worse than 10 years ago?
Oh yeah, I think it is. Okay. Criminal courts are a mess. Nobody, at least here in Philly, you can go and blow up a car and see no jail time and just get let out on bail. They're not holding anybody, and crime rates it's just it's having a really negative effect on the city. And so by just watching all of this, I'm 100% losing faith in the judicial system, which is why I do not go to trial anymore. And I practice my contracts and organize my entities and help out my cryptocurrency projects.
That's cool. Same thing in San Francisco. In New York, I saw like a video on YouTube, like people like shoplifting stuff. And
Right.
it was on Asmongold channel. It was like reacting to a video. It was like, businesses were closing because they were like victim of like too much. They were get robbed every fucking day.
Yeah, it's really bad. And then,
Like,
these guys don't get prosecuted.
No, they walk. They just walk. Like, what the fuck?
Well, you could have another episode on this, and I will.
Okay.
But
it's gonna be a year forward for sure. Yeah.
This next year is I'm gonna age so much in the next year with all of the stress because of the election. There's definitely the limit on how much you steal and what your sentence is, and they know that. I know.
Okay.
We could talk about CZ and SBF.
Yeah. But no 100%. Yeah. Is that like more easy for you? It's like more entertaining and stuff.
I'm not emotionally invested. Like at this point, I'm past the emotional turmoil.
Okay.
And I think the differences are pretty interesting because they're totally different cases.
100%. Last question. Do you think we will see like a Bitcoiner as a chairman of the SEC one day?
Ooh. Maybe.
Or even a president. What about a president?
That would be awesome. That would be great. That would be really cool. But is it realistic? I don't know.
I mean, maybe in 25 years, because all of the crypto bros right now, they will be in the Oval Office at some point, right?
Yeah, we have some sort of law here in the US where unless you're over the age of 70, you can't be president. So I think people in crypto, I'm totally making that up. It just feels like totally being facetious and kind of being a dick. So unless we get older here as the crypto generation, we have to age up a little bit.
Yeah, okay, so we're like one generation, maybe 2 generations away.
It will be there. We'll be there eventually.
Okay.
We'll be there.
But I mean, like if you have more and more Bitcoiners in the Parliament and in the Senate and everywhere, like or Congress, etc., then we will have like more friendly crypto laws maybe one day.
Yeah, it's interesting. I hope so.
When we will still do these streams at 75 years old.
Then my extended family will think my job is more real. Because what does your family think you do?
But you're a lawyer, so it's easy.
But I'm a lawyer for fake internet money. They don't understand.
But they don't. Do they need to know the second part of it?
Yeah, and it's awkward at Thanksgiving when they're like, "Hey, what are you doing? How's your job? How's the internet money?" I'm like,
"Oh my god!" Okay, Thanksgiving discussion are fun.
It's so funny.
Okay, CZ, 4 billions, 4 months. Okay, so first, what did he do? What happened?
Okay. So CZ and Binance, so you can think of them, their issue was all with regulatory bodies. Their issue was with not having the proper certifications and doing the right things for KYC and AML in those countries. They weren't abiding by the right regulations. The difference with SBF was SBF had to deal with fraud and embezzlement and things like that, which is why his sentence is totally different than CZ's.
Yeah, like FTX is like pure fraud. SBF, it's like you move money, you use money to do.
Right, it's very different.
Binance is like you're accepting money that you should not take, but
and
you
not
can
doing
say
their AML, not doing their KYC. Right, even though during the trial there were exhibits presented where CZ definitely tried to ask regulators, are we doing this right? Are we doing this right? Is this right? So he was cooperating. And I believe even after his trial started, I mean, even now, if Binance has to change something for a jurisdiction to be applicable and abide by their regulations, they usually do. So SBF, that was way more individually fraud focused.
Yes. Okay. And that's why, like, when I was working for a startup and I was starting to work with government and corporate clients, fucking hate them because they think completely differently. But that's for another episode.
They really do.
I was reading the email that I knew they were sending this fucking email to cover their ass if there is any issue with the software. 100%. So I guess that's what CZ could have done for, let me send an email to Gary to ask him, are we doing that correctly? And even if they don't reply, I send the email, right? Yeah.
Right. Probably. I don't know all of the details. I mean, his sentence was a little bit lighter than I think a lot of people anticipated, but we also don't know how much he might have cooperated if he struck a plea deal.
With FTX, right? Because he saw everything. He was able to like cooperate with the US authority about FTX because he like looked into the book before that all of that shit went south, right? So
so it was different. It was very different. And it's also you'll notice that he got fined and he went to jail.
Oh, is that not double sentence?
No, it's perfectly acceptable and normal, especially if it's criminal court. And it has to do with something as severe as fraud, some white collar crime, which is business related crime, something like that. There's oftentimes both monetary and jail time. The jail time, one or the two, usually is a deterrent so that you don't ever do it again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And like you can, again, it's like a way to negotiate the information you can get from like the convicted guy. And so, I'm going to send you to jail if you don't tell me what your friend did. Okay. That makes sense. And do you think it's like all of those AML laws in a crypto world are applicable in a way? Like, and especially during a startup growth process, like in 2021, 2020, when Binance launched and they have to integrate like 500 meme coins a day to get all of the traffic and becomes what they became.
I go back and forth with this because a part of me wants to see people protected by these KYC laws, but at the same time, the whole point of cryptocurrency is that there is none. You're playing at your own risk. That I do really, but then I think about, is my crypto that I'm using here, because there's no KYC at the time, am I somehow funding terrorism? And that terrorism is now, very close to my heart. So it's like, or I see my friend get drained because they got hacked. They could probably sue the hacker for something, but if it's Web3 and it's decentralized, there's no, I don't know. I go back and forth with it.
Yeah, but we don't need more laws to say, please don't steal and don't finance terrorism.
Right. But then it's more so that if they KYC and they see that you are doing something sketchy, they know who to go after.
Yeah.
And also tax you and keep track of everything you're doing.
But like, a terrorist will not use Binance. Like, it will use Tornado Cash.
Maybe.
Or Monero, or I don't know.
Maybe. We're assuming.
Or the US dollars.
We're assuming that, or the US, exactly, or the US dollars. We're assuming that the people that could possibly be using crypto for terrorism, we're assuming that they're super advanced. They might not be.
Yeah.
They might only know Binance. You don't know. So
exactly.
I don't know. I think if it's so tough. I sit very much in between I think they help and I don't think we should have them.
No, it's tricky because even like too much free market, then you go into like monopolistic organization and like insider trading and shit like that. So it's like everything in life, right? It's like everything is a cursor.
Kind of balance, but
exactly.
I don't know. If you really want someone to protect you against a low float meme coin and market manipulation, go trade stocks. That's what the stock market exists for.
Yeah. Which makes sense to be regulated because that's the whole system.
That's the whole point. Right. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I got on that one. It's I really, you can see me talk multiple angles about it because I don't.
Yeah.
It depends on the day. If something really bad happened that day and I'm really angry, then like, hell yeah, we need to have KYC and AML laws. But then also if something stupid happens and some very cool product is getting slapped with some sort of, indictment by the NDC, then I'm like, or by the SEC, then I'm like, this is the Wild West. Like, what are you doing?
And take that sentence and that mindset and apply it to a judge that's going to send one guy in jail or not because he had a bad day.
I think one of them had more ill will than the other, but
okay.
I think SBF definitely had a little bit more ill will behind his.
No, 1%. 1%. It's definitely not the same case, like 1%. But 25. I don't know, 25 years. Yeah.
I think his parents should get more. I think he was just a puppet. I think he was just a puppet that eventually felt confident enough to start on his own and start trading. But I think his parents really, really pushed him. Like, I think they were the main people behind it, in my opinion.
Did they get like charged by anything?
I believe they got charged during bankruptcy, but I don't believe there are any criminal charges pending against them. I don't think so. I feel like I'd be all over that. I would have a party if that happened.
Okay.
I don't think that's happened yet.
And how the FTX creditor get like 100% and 180% of their money back for 88%.
I'm still trying to figure that out. Bankruptcy law is very complex. I'm not a bankruptcy attorney. I hate math. I'm still trying to figure it out. And also with the fact that they apparently owe attorneys even more, how are they going to have any money? I think it was either CoinDesk or Cointelegraph.
Yes.
Calculated that they were spending like $53,000 an hour while they were working. Like, that's what the attorneys were billing because there were so many of them working on the case because it was so heavy. And like, how?
Can I become a lawyer like quickly?
I need to raise my prices.
Like, what the fuck?
I need to raise my prices. It makes me look bad. It looks like I'm giving away stuff for free.
Yeah. See, you haven't doing. Oh yeah, no, it's not a consultation. So yeah, it's not this stream.
I'm actually charging you for this stream. I'm charging you my hourly rate for me to be here.
Everyone, thank you for the stream. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next month. Peace.
No, I'm just kidding, but that would be funny.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. No, it wouldn't.
But I mean, his life was already over anyway. And it was like legit and again, it was like the most regulated exchange of the US. So like the whole Gensler, crypto scam, blah, blah, blah. We need more regulation. And then FTX regulated fraud. Shut the fuck up.
I think he's going to get out of jail and somehow is going to turn it into a redemption arc, and he's going to be very famous again, and he's going to be... I think so. I think people have a very short memory. I don't know. You want to place a bet on it and revisit this in 25 years?
I mean, it's a white collar. It could be comfy, no?
I don't know. We'll see. I think he's going to have a redemption arc, and everybody's going to forgive him, and it's going to be upsetting for those of us that remember.
Yeah, but Madoff dies in prison, right?
That's a thought. Could he die in prison? Could he commit suicide or have an allergic reaction or something?
To peanuts. Maybe he's allergic to peanuts, but
maybe he's all of a sudden allergic to peanuts. We don't know. He knows a lot of things. And he bribed a lot of people. I would not be surprised if he does not commit jail.
Yeah. That's dark.
Lawyers, there's a reason we abuse substances. Our lives are very dark.
Jesus. Okay. Gonna lose my monetization.
Sorry, guys.
I'm joking. No, but yeah. But I mean, that's true. Like when you go deep into like a system like that and you understand how it works, and it's shit, and there is no solution, that's aka CC and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like it's hard.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the next election brings, because I do think that having pro crypto politics, should that be the way this election goes, I think that is going to, I think it's going to alter things. I really do. We'll see.
Yeah.
Again, we will see.
Robin, okay, no, we mentioned it a little bit. Should we go back to Robinhood?
There's not really much to say on Robinhood. I know, because until we get any more news or documents, we don't have a lot of info.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to think of other current events.
Oh, no, Roger Ver.
Ooh, I have to pull out my notes for this one.
The Bitcoin Jesus.
Right. So this is happening 10 years later.
Yes. How is that possible? Like, what the fuck?
So I had to take notes for the timeline. So when he originally acquired the Bitcoins in 2011.
Yes.
Okay.
Bitcoin.com.
Correct. 2011. And then he renounced his U.S. citizenship in 2014, filed an expedition-related tax return. He had to file tax returns in 2014 for
exit tax.
Right. He never did that. It also, at that time, it had to include the fair market value of all of his assets, which included his Bitcoin, which included his cryptocurrency, which he apparently didn't do. And then, after not filing out those tax returns in 2017, he apparently sold out like 75 to 80% of the Bitcoin that he had and never filed tax reports. So he never got an income tax or had to pay any sort of taxes on his earnings. So then, when was that? 2017? By the time they finally realized that, hey, he sold his Bitcoins and everything, it's 2024. It takes a while. It takes a really long time. And I'm trying to see. Yeah. So if you think about it, the discovery in this case goes from 2011 to 2017. You had to have people get all of the documents related to it. That's 7 whole years. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of lawyers' fees.
That's a lot of work. And the government, they move really damn slow.
For taxes like that, for a case like that, is that not a friend from Roger Ver who said, Iris, you should check his Bitcoin address on that date, because he told me, and I like his wife anyway, so he told me that he didn't pay his taxes, so you should check it up. And then they check for the last 10 years.
So you did call them and warn him?
No, because I have no views on his wife, but...
It's possible. I don't know how they got tipped off. I'm curious to know the press. So the DOJ released a press release, as they usually do. It's a very PR release. This one was the early Bitcoin investor that was charged for tax fraud, and they throw in information and then they attach the indictment. I haven't read the indictment. I just read the PR, but I wonder if I could look at it really quick right now and see if there's anything, but let me see. Actually, they might not have the indictment. Ver indictment PDF. I found it.
That was fast.
Ver also opened an account. Defendant opened it. It doesn't say. It just says that in April 2011, defendant Ver opened an account in memory dealer's name at Mt. Gox, a cryptocurrency exchange, and then in 2022, he also opened an account here. Yeah, there's no personal facts. There's no, I have no idea why they decided to check. Probably because of POs.
And by the way, could it have said that, I had a boat accident, I lost access to my Bitcoin?
It's possible. I don't know. But if they have
a transaction on fiat transaction, they have to explain.
On the blockchain and he sold out and he hasn't used those, withdrawn from the exchange, then
no boat accident possible.
Right. So that one, I think, I wish it was more spicy. I'm curious to see what they're going to decide if he comes up for air with some sort of plea deal to give up a bigger fish, if he knows any other fraud that's going on. But
okay, so if I don't pay my taxes, I can say, so sorry, don't hit me, bro. But I know Pengzu didn't pay these taxes, and it's way more than me. So do you want him or not? That's how it works.
It's worth a try.
Damn. Okay.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if at some level that does. I mean,
okay.
You want the little fish. You got the little fish, but at the end of the day, you really want the big fish.
Pengzu is a big fish. He got pudgy penguins. I mean, it's no jokes. Yeah, and by the way, little question from him. He's chancellor appointed by the president.
I believe so. Wasn't he appointed by Obama? Let me see. Oh, Joe Biden did.
Oh, so, yes. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Biden.
If you watch the stream.
Our lovely president.
See you in November.
But yeah, I'm curious to see who Trump would.
Yeah.
Oh, no
okay.
I no comment on that one, but I will see you there. There are. So this is what I'm interested in. This is what I really want to see. We might see an USC team soon. I want to see. So these cases. So there was an Atlas case. It was against Zach Morris, a couple other guys for pump and dumping. That case, by the time the indictment happened, the alleged pump and dumps happened 2 to 3 years beforehand. Mm-hmm. So I'm personally interested to see if in 2 to 3 years we see a plethora of indictments for illegal things done on social media that are happening right now. So people might think they're out of the woods, these people that are full of things like that, but they often forget it takes a couple of years.
Yeah, but you said yourself, like, if you're like last time, because I listened to you, if I'm not in the US territory, like, I'm almost safe. If I'm not Roger Ver, and if I don't own the IRS like 200 billion,
chances are much more likely to not be safe if the person looking for you is the U.S. government.
Okay.
Versus a law firm or a lawyer. Okay. If it's the U.S. government, which would be the SEC or the DOJ or the FTC, you are more likely to get found if you are wanted by the United States.
Okay, but
if you're wanted by just ARIEL.
Yes. But the government is not minting any NFT project on Solana, right?
The government?
Yeah, no one is mint. So if the government, okay, so people should have a class action, ask the government to chase the ruggers. And
you can submit, people submit tips and suggestions all the time. I mean, people, for the case I just mentioned, the Atlas case, back on FinTwit in 2019, people were tagging the SEC, they were tagging the DOJ, they were sending emails every week. I mean, people are probably submitting things about ruggers we see now.
Okay.
The coin is just slow moving.
For what amount? Like, is there like minimum amount? Like, if I lost 10 SOL, does that justify that I tag the SEC gov on Twitter?
Definitely, the more you lose, the more inclined they're going to be to go after these guys because the punishment can be bigger. So if it's a big rug pull that was like a $500,000 rug pull or like a $250,000, I think if it's above $200K, that's just my personal opinion. But for me, that's the threshold, I think, where they start looking.
And we just launched a new meta of rug that they will do sale rugs under 150K to be safe.
Yeah, so keep all rugs to 145K, not financial advice or legal advice.
That would be fun. Like,
there's going to be a lawsuit that comes out tomorrow, and they're going to be like, yeah, this rug puller got like 149,000. I'm like, are you kidding? Just to make a mockery.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice short. I have tweeted that.
So, yeah, I don't know. I laugh at these things. Sometimes I take screenshots and I put them in my computer to revisit in a couple of years to see if they're relevant or, I don't know, maybe if I can help out with any of the evidence.
Do you have a big folders on your computer?
I don't think I can comment. I don't think I can say.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a bit. I have a bunch. I feel like sometimes, you know how he just pulls out the screenshots? I have them. So
okay.
I'm watching.
Okay. Be careful, regulars. Yeah, she's coming. She has been trained for that.
Hell yeah. No, Yeah, we'll see. I have like I have a little bet going with myself. I have a list of influencers I think that are going to be indicted at some point. You will not get that off my hands.
Okay.
I love Zach.
That
Zach
is
fun. We used to DM a bit, and I would ask him for like legal expert help. And then I published a tweet when he got sued by Machi, and I didn't blur out his last name because I just forgot. And also it's public information at this point. I wasn't the only one posting it.
Shit.
It's not, I don't know. I don't redact public information. It's just not my job. Unless it's like an address or something, but that was already blocked out by the case. And I got unfollowed, and I am still sad about that. I've apologized multiple times. Zach, if you ever watch this, I am truly sorry, and I love what you do, and I'm friends with his lawyer. We love you, Zach. Hashtag Givey is sorry.
Okay.
Get it trending.
But we follow you. I know it's not like Zach is BT follow, but that we follow you. Pangs will follow you. He follows you. I
follow back. I'm really stingy with who I follow back. Not that you asked, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm really stingy with who I follow back, and I only follow them back if I feel like they're going to provide me entertainment. Or I've met them in real life. If I meet them in real life, then I usually will follow you back because I've met you as a person. Like, I don't see you now as just like a JPEG. I see you as a person. And Pangzu, I haven't met you, but I feel as if I'm interacting with you. So that counts.
Okay.
And I love Pudgies.
Cool. Yeah.
And I love Pudgies.
Which is good. Are you going to Solana Crossroad this weekend in Turkey, Istanbul?
I am not. I'm right now trying to figure out if I'm going to Breakpoint in Singapore.
Oh.
I really want to, but I'm so lame. My tennis team has... I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. It's embarrassing.
Okay.
We have tennis camp that weekend.
Oh, you have to change between... you have to choose between tennis...
Singapore and tennis camp with my grown-up friends. It's adult day camp, adult sleepaway camp in upstate New York. It's beautiful.
That sounds fun.
It is. So I don't know. I'll probably end up going to Breakpoint.
Okay. What about like New York NFT NYC or?
Oh, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there in full capacity. I spoke at it, but I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to go to the side events, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Like side event though.
I loved it. I had so much fun this year.
Yeah.
I did.
That's nice.
I did. Have we talked since we talked after NFT NYC, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good. Are you going to Turkey next weekend?
Oh yeah, it's like I'm flying in 9 hours.
Oh my. I have the honor of seeing you before your flight. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just like 3 days, so it's fine. Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Well, because of that, I am an open book. You can ask me. Even I'm feeling generous. I will even give you controversial opinions if you ask for them. My gift to you for hanging out.
Okay. Pangzu, give me some questions. It's time. Let's go.
Here's the line. Unless it's a client or because of work, I can't talk about it.
Okay.
That's the line.
The line is professional, like client protection. Okay. I had some. Okay. What about the accredited investors regulation stuff? So it doesn't really apply to crypto, but in general, like, is that really useful, or is that to protect rich people?
I think it's to protect people from losing money if they think they see a good deal and they want to invest a ton of money into it, but they're just getting scammed. I think that there are good intentions behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the other side of the coin where you could argue that it's... Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those. It depends. Am I representing somebody who's benefiting from that, or do I hate it at this time? It depends. Spicy. Give me more spice.
No, I know. Okay.
More spice.
Okay. So first, based on what you just said, as a lawyer, if you have convictions about something, like whatever, opinion, whatever. So you should be able to counter, like defend the opposite point of view, right?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you have like
My brain is a mess. My fiance, we joke that, you know, those clapping monkey toys that just go
yes.
like, yeah, my brain is like this all the time, which is why I enjoy smoking marijuana, because then it slows the monkey down and I can like actually not think about work.
Okay.
But the best way to win an argument or win a court case, aside from actually being right, is trying to figure out in advance what the opposition is going to say. You want to prepare for that.
Yeah.
If you can sit there and look at your own point of view and just annihilate it, maybe your argument has quite a few holes in it. You got to patch those up. And then I know at the end, when I can give myself devil's advocate, you know, opposition's point of view, and at that point, it's so really quick. The way for this to make sense is, so when trials happen, when a judge is involved, it's because there's an argument of law. When it's just an argument of law remaining and we need an objective third party to come up with the answer because you could argue both, that's when I'm satisfied.
Okay.
But the best defense is really a good offense. So knowing what you're going to do, going out and thinking about what the other party is going to do. And I don't discriminate. Like, if somebody wants to hire me to defend them in this contract, I might think they're wrong, but they still deserve a lawyer. I'm going to argue their side until it ethically, I'm crossing a line.
Okay.
I won't.
What's the line?
It depends on the situation.
Okay. Should Biden go to jail after his presidency?
I don't think he's going to be alive that much longer. Sorry. The guy's 90 years old. He's withering away.
What the fuck? Like, why did they just call out the election like the day after that happened?
I know nothing. But I think that there is definitely a double standard in who is getting charged based on political party. I mean, if the same shit came out about Trump and his kids that's come out with Hunter Biden, the media would be up in arms, and we don't even hear about it anymore. And I don't know. I think there's a really big double standard, but that's the media. So do I personally think he should go to jail? Yeah, I absolutely do. I think that I don't know. Pengzu, we might have to sit on Discord and chat while this is going on. Maybe we can have a show. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it.
Yeah.
The mental gymnastics it's going to take for me to sit there and watch, you know, this puppet of a man get obliterated. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
And it's kind of like the level 0 of politics, right? Like, we are so far from like a good debate.
Neither of them should be running. Neither of them should be running.
Yeah. But what Trump pulled out with like the fact that on Tuesday the guy is bankrupt and on Thursday he's able to pay like a $500 million fine without selling his fucking buildings in New York.
There's something there, but yeah, I'm going to give it to him. People will say it's corruption and illegal things, but I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, just let the judge decide. But
I saw something today that was like, just remember, you're pro crypto. This guy you want to be president because he's pro crypto. Remember, he sent these mean tweets back in 2019. I would so much rather deal with mean tweets than somebody that doesn't even know what Twitter is.
Yeah.
Or tweets about the wrong holiday. Or, oh no, mean tweets. Oh God.
Yeah. Okay. Imagine you are like the chairman of the SEC. What do you do?
I don't know. Fire everyone. Fire everyone and start over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they need to start giving credit to the exchanges and the platforms that are really trying to work with them and are asking them, hey, we're trying to stay compliant. We're trying to do it by the law. fucking help us.
Mm.
No, we're not going to tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
We're going to sue you. We're not going to tell you why. And when you ask for clarifications, we're not going to tell you.
Yeah. But it hasn't happened.
That
Like,
can't happen.
the same argument went for Coinbase too, right? I forgot the name of the CEO of Coinbase. It was exactly the same fucking shit.
Yep, they're trailblazing it. I mean, if Coinbase and Robinhood, if they can't get compliant here in the US and you know, beat the SEC, I don't think anyone is going to have a chance.
Yeah.
So there's that too. There's that argument, which I also go back and forth on, because at the time when the CFTC, which is for commodities, and the SEC were invented and put into place, cryptocurrency wasn't a thing. The internet wasn't what it is now, and these digital assets didn't exist. So I think that, you know, the Howey test is based on a court case that has to deal with orange trees and literally people buying orange trees and profiting from the oranges and profiting from another farmer's work. They didn't even have, like, there was no such thing as crypto back then. So we're applying these antiquated laws and regulations and things that were meant for stocks and physical goods to digital currency. And I think that we really need, if not some new body like a new SEC or a new CFTC, there needs to be an addition, in my opinion, to the current legal frameworks that exist. I think we're trying to fit new age technology into this mold of antiquated regulations, and it just doesn't fit.
But should it be not even like international laws from one country to another? Because like the scope of the SEC is by essence too small, because
I don't think we will ever see a governing body that will cover something from country to country.
We need Illuminati's governance.
That would be scary. I'm not here for that. Off me. If that happens, I'm done. But I think that we either need to create something that's a little bit crypto friendly and actually help the US become like a crypto hub, or they need to just completely say, no, it's the Wild West, good luck. But we're also not going to help you if you become a victim of fraud, or like there can't be a gray area. They can't prosecute people if they're going to, like, you know what I mean? Like, they either have to get involved and be friendly, or in my opinion, they just need to stay away from it, because they're ruining what could be such a big crypto boom in the US. And like, God knows what's good here. Like, come 100%. On.
And would that be a good news if they say fuck off, no regulation?
I think it would be better than right now.
Okay.
And I hope that if that ever becomes the case, which I don't think it's going to, that I'm not going to regret saying that. Because I think that they're just really, the amount of money that could also come into the US by crypto companies hiring from the States, the money being made, going back into the US economy. I think that there are so many more positives if crypto was allowed to flourish here than there are negatives.
But in a way, that's the whole video of like Frank X, Malcolm X, Trump. Like that say, okay, yeah, like what are you doing to avoid like people flying to Dubai because the regulation in the US is shit?
I set up an offsite company today because they didn't want to deal with the taxes for tokens.
Exactly.
Oh, good question, Pengzu. Maybe I have an authority problem. I really don't like working for other people, which is why I have created my own firm and work for myself. You didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you because I have like 3 minutes. I grew up with a household that my parents created a small company from the ground up. They both came from nothing. I watched them co-own it from the time, that's all they've done since I was born. They built it up into this big company that was very successful. And I watched my dad be a crazy person and not listen to anybody except himself. And unfortunately, I think that had an impact on my daddy issues with authority. I hate working for other people. If you tell me you need something by 9, by nature, I'm going to give it to you by 9:15 because I'm mad at you for telling me to do something. Like, it's fucked up. So a part of me wants to, but I don't know, because it would be really nice to have a secure salary, government benefits, and I'm shaping the digital regulatory world. But then there's the part of me that I already kind of think I'm helping doing that. I work with attorneys that lobby. I work with attorneys that do all of that. They provide opinions and they do try and help, government officials pass crypto-friendly laws. So I'm trying to get involved in that as much as I can already. I just don't think I could do it. I don't think I could work for an agency. They also get paid peanuts. Like, they don't make a lot for what they do. My cousin's a government worker and she works 12 hours a day and her salary is like under six figures. And she's 30. Like, they pay, but they have great benefits and they have job security.
Yeah, but job security in 2024.
For now, right. So I just, no, I don't think I would do it.
No.
Back to your question, I won't do it.
This is a no. No,
unless
it's Monkey DAO.
Of course. Nancy Pelosi, the best trader that ever lived.
Yeah.
I just couldn't work for an agency unless they offered me an exorbitant amount of money. And I could work from home. And it would only be 3 days a week. I have a list of demands.
But was it like the government should give you everything that you ask?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So I don't think I could do it.
ARIEL, so what's the election 2025? Then 2024?
I will not be running. I will not be running. No.
Okay.
I am too polarizing. I would get killed.
2029.
There's too many naked pictures of me out there. I couldn't do it. But none with my face. Okay. I might be okay. You asked me that unhinged. You asked.
Why did I ask?
You didn't. I'm just being myself. I told my dad that. He asked me if I would ever run for office. So I was like, definitely not. There's way too many pictures of my boobs from college. And he was like, you can't say that to me. I was like, well, it's true. Sorry. Some ex-boyfriend somewhere is mad enough at me to surface those.
Damn. Okay. Should we wrap the show on that note?
Woo.
Okay. Do you any takeaways for the audience that they should remember from that stream instead of the last 3 minutes?
Definitely that. And probably also don't just trust one media source.
Yeah, but they have the same information at the so it's the same. No. Okay. So verify.
If you're in the US.
Oh yeah. Okay. And Anma, you should definitely watch the replay because that was a banger show. It's the second one, and we will have another one next month, right?
You know what we should do, Vin?
Yes.
Do you go by Vincent, Vin, Vinny?
Vinny, some of do, but
What's your nickname?
Baldi.
Or do you not have one?
No, I don't have one. But you want to give me one?
I can't call you Vinny.
Thank you.
Can't call you. You're not a Vinny. You're not from New Jersey. You're not a Guido. Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent. That's my name. So that.
All right, Vincent.
Yes.
I think before next month's show, if you'll have me back, I realize I got a little bit off topic. No. If you'll have me back,
you are the topic of the show, so.
Right. I think we should run a poll, and I think we should have the audience pick the topic.
Okay, I can do that.
Can you do that?
Yes, and we should also include the Monkey DAO for that vote. I will make a tweet.
They will go crazy.
Okay. Yes.
If I send it to the DAO and I say, I can be outlandish if you vote for this, let's do it, they will do it. Because I have my friends there.
Nice. Awesome.
Hannah, you better vote. Pengzu, you better vote.
Love that. Yes.
Family.
Awesome.
Have a safe flight to Turkey, my friend.
Thank you so much. Have a safe flight to wherever you go, to the gym, etc. Yes.
Oh, it's dinner. Yes.
Oh, dinner. Enjoy dinner. Hi, husband, fiance. Hi. It was a great show.
She's cooking. It's all good.
Thank you so much. And we will see. Anma, thank you so much, Anma. Thank you, Pengzu. Thank you, everyone, who watched the show. Subscribe to the channel. Follow ARIEL. You have all of the link in the description. And that's it. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you, ARIEL.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll see you in the next one. But before that, make sure to subscribe, like, and share.